Few words are more maligned than the word radical. The word is used to make a person or persons seem out of touch, evil, and hateful. The word package deals the idea that if a person holds any idea too closely, they must also be evil. Only evil people hold principles dearly we're supposed to believe. This is the opposite of the truth. Only virtuous men can uphold principles consistently and completely, or in other words, be radical. The evil man doesn't have principles, universals, he lives only by whim. A thief isn't a man who steals at every opportunity. A murderer isn't a man who kills everyone. A liar isn't a man who always lies. All these forms of evil can only be held inconsistently, picking and choosing when it feels best to do evil. Rather, a virtuous man has no need to choose. His mind is made up. He doesn't have to consult his feelings when pushed with the question, should I steal? Rather, he knows what is wrong and does what is just. If you are immoderate, if you hold that all extremes are evil, ask yourself, are you moderate on rape? Is it okay sometimes and wrong other times? To be a moderate isn't to be mature and nuanced. Moderation in evil is still evil, and you're evil to the degree that you acquiesce and celebrate it. Being radical will change your life. You don't need to handicap every view you hold with an asterisk, implying there are exceptions to your view. If you debate your ideas you hold, which you should, you don't need to constantly have one hand tied behind your back. Faced with the critique that I am an anarchist and that's extreme, I don't cringe and claim that I believe government is an evil organization, but we need a little tiny one so I don't look bad. I retort, of course I am. I believe that stealing and murdering is wrong and that we shouldn't build our society on it. In truth, the moderate never escapes extremes. They do hold one extreme, that is the belief that it's wrong and right is never clear. That they are subject to the times. Never can hold to the same view for long because in time, a culture's views on various matters changes, and holding to the belief that the truth is somewhere in the middle, they have to adjust accordingly. This, of course, makes a moderate a nothing, mere noise, wasting their breath saying, well, I think both sides make good points, or I think the red team is just as bad as the blue team. His statements, while not necessarily wrong when spoken by the moderate, aren't real statements at all. They don't arise out of holding prior principles and noticing that both teams fail to live up to them, but rather from the belief that extremes are wrong, so therefore the truth is in the middle. If transported to the 1800s, they'd be saying the same empty words about slavery, claiming that it's wrong to beat your slaves too severely, but of course getting rid of slavery is just insane. But as the bromide goes, do not think in black and white, i.e. in right or wrong. Rather, be mixed, be contradictory, inconsistent, and moderate on all issues. Do not use concepts of moral actions, principles to make up your mind on moral issues. Rather, let yourself lie in the middle between the people that have. I find this viewpoint repulsive. I am often told that if I do not do this, if I don't compromise my principles, that I cannot appease the masses. And so be it. The masses are lost and I refuse to lose my own mind to capitulate to them. As if appealing to the masses rather than the extremes is what changes the world. Think of the most influential people in history. Good, bad, or mixed. Both Socrates and Jesus Christ were considered such pariahs they were murdered for their radicalism. The founders of the United States started a war with their rulers. Karl Marx changed the way many view society radically. And the next major change will also be started by radical, for good or for bad. So no, I will not change one belief I have to appease the idiot masses. Rather, I will appeal to the small remnant, the few that are willing to think, and not just push away a view because it is unpopular. It may be more difficult in the short term, but it is true, what reality demands. I suggest you do the same.